All right, so for the past several months, I've been really enjoying my IPV2 updated version, except for getting into it. I do have the updated version, which has the updated hex screws, which are great. No stripping like the original version from what I've read in the past. They do just come right out. Only thing is, it's just difficult to get in and out. And the charger, it takes a long time to charge, so I've always pull the battery in and out and put it on a charger. So this video is about actually modifying this IPV2 updated version to add magnets. Now online you'll find the IPV2, IPV3, several videos on both to install magnets, but the IPV2 and this one, the IPV2 updated, has different placements of the backside here. The cover, there's different, it's just basically different. If you take a look at the videos, you will see that there are differences in this door, as well as the placement of these inserts, the screw holes inserts. Also the IPV3, IPV2S is also different, but I found no videos on how to do it on that. So what I've done is basically when I ordered magnets for my box mod, I did order for this, and I'm just finally getting around to it. I have 1/8 inch by 1/16 and 1/8 by 1/32 inch disc magnets, and then I also have 1/8 by 1/8 inch cylinder magnets. Now, I didn't know what the sizes were, so these were just really just bought, and without knowing exactly what I needed, since I couldn't find the info online, I asked, and I got no information on that. So what I've decided is to use both of them. So if you take one of the 1/32 inch discs, it actually fits perfectly in the screw hole, which I think is pretty nice, and it's very flush. Now if you take one of the 1/16 inch disc magnets and you basically put it on the back side and level it up, it is also flush. It's maybe hard to see, but basically the front or the top, or the outside and the inside are both flush with that magnet. Now all that's going to do is basically give a little bit more magnet strength, and then I'm going to use one of the 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch and place it into the insert. Now the only thing is the insert is a little bit larger, but I cannot get that magnet into the screw hole. So what I'm going to need to do is to modify this screw hole. Unfortunately, I can't pull this out. I've attempted to in the past, and if I did, it would be larger than the magnet, and then I would have to put some epoxy or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I don't really want to destroy this thing, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and try to drill these out just a tad so that magnet will fit in there flush, if possible, into these inserts. So that's what this video is about, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I may pause the video until I get everything ready, and then we will go from there. All right, so basically I've clamped down my IPV2 to my work table here with a clamp right here and a little piece of duct tape so it doesn't mar up anything, and I have my 1/8 inch drill bit, and we're going to go ahead and try to drill these holes out really slowly, and hopefully everything works okay. I've taken the battery out, and the I do have the atomizer off of it too. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm not sure how much material I'm going to need to take out. So what we'll need to do is actually test each time and see if we get the magnet in at all. And it does look like it's possibly going in a little bit. Also looks like I'm just I may destroy my entire unit, but we'll see. And this will need to go as flush as possible to the outside of the case here. Of course, now I've got it wedged in there and can't get it out. So there we go. A little bit more. Once you see material coming out, then you need to pull it back out and do your test fit. And of course, you do need to get the material out of there. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it off and try to clean some of this material out of here. Okay, just a little bit more material needs to be removed from the body of the unit. Hopefully that'll be enough. And of course I went a little too deep. Actually, that's perfect. So we'll go ahead and do the other one, and I'll do that off camera. And then what I'll do is I'm going to be taking some super glue and putting a dab of super glue in each of the top and the lid as well as the body of the unit, and that'll hold these in place, and then I should be done. All right, so now we have got the holes drilled into the body, and both of those cylinder magnets fit in there perfectly. And now we're going to take some super glue and we're going to start with the outside, and you're just going to put a little dab of super glue, because there's only a little small lip. So it's kind of hard to see actually. Don't want to get a whole lot, but just enough. And place the magnet right in. Just going to take a few moments to set. Try to get it as flat as possible. Before it does set. Maybe press into it a little bit. I can feel it adhering. And we'll do the same for this magnet, and then we'll do the opposite side. So we'll come back to that in a moment. All right, so now for the back side. Since there is a little bit of space, the thickness of the actual lid here, we're going to go ahead and put a little extra dab of super glue. That will help to make sure both of these stay together. And basically just place it right on top. And just to make sure, I'm going to leave that right there until the super glue adheres. And we'll come back and do the other side. Alright, so I have both magnets in place on the back side of the door. I did put a little extra super glue in the space right along the outside edge of both of these magnets just to give it a little more strength. 10 minutes for it to set, which it's already done. 24 hours for it to totally cure. Now, the next important part is to make sure that your magnets are attracting one another. So right now I just have it on my little blue screwdriver here, and when I place it over it, well, they're repelling. Well, actually that's the way I want it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this and set this right down in the hole and then move my screwdriver away when I put the glue in here. So if it's currently pushing away from the magnet, just think about it. I'm actually using the top side. When I place it in, it's using the other side. So if I place it in like this, then the top will be attracting the other side. So if you get that, they're actually repelling one another right now. So if I was to place it like this, yes, they're repelling. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm actually placing it in this way. So then they'll actually attract. So keep that in mind when you actually super glue that in. So basically we're just going to go ahead and put a little dab of super glue on each of these. I'm pretty sure I should do one at a time. So I'm just going to set this right in. And make sure you get something that you can use to push that in, because it needs to be as flush as possible. So hopefully that is flush. All right, so I got both the cylinder magnets into the holes here that I drilled out, and everything is nice and flush. I did get a little extra super glue on the outside edge, but I guess I can clean that up later, maybe some sanding or something. I actually did have to use this cut off nail to do a little bit of tapping. I should have drilled out just a tad bit more, because when I put the door on, it actually wobbled a little because I miscalculated. So actually, I guess it was maybe because these are flush, or at least they feel flush. But I was able to get the door on, and there's not really much wobbling. Actually, my door has always bowed out a little bit here in the center. I know people have done videos on the the quality of these doors and everything, but hey, it actually is on there, and it really doesn't wobble, and I think it works pretty well now, and it's just perfect. So it's not perfect, but it actually works, and I think maybe it's a little rattly, because the only thing that's holding it side to side is these little tabs, right? And they fit in those little holes. So the magnets is keeping the door on. The door will not come off. It's just a little slidey like this, because those screws did hold it in place a lot well. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but I will definitely get used to being able to open and get into that get to that battery a lot quicker. So I hope this helps, and good luck with your modding of your IPV2 updated version.